I have no confidence in myself or my abilities. All of us feel like this sometimes. All of us go through these periods of pain and depression where we feel like we can't take control of our lives. Maybe you're struggling with something big like finding a new job or building your own business, but maybe you're just struggling to do the small things like wake up every morning and go to the gym and get to work or just clean your apartment up. Either way, when you're going through these difficult periods, when you just feel like you can't actually take action and follow through on your intentions, it can make you question what you're even living for. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple mindset shifts and an action step to go with each mindset shift in order to help you get out of this rut, take control of your life, and start moving forward. Alright, so if you're feeling a complete lack of confidence in yourself right now and you're feeling paralyzed, then listen up. This is the first mindset shift that I want you to make. And that is to accept the fact that you are not perfect and that your life is not perfect and that it will never be perfect. And this might sound depressing, but hold up. Let me explain. In life, we get frustrated, we get angry, we get depressed and anxious when our expectations do not match up with reality. For example, if you're unemployed but you want to be employed and you want to have a job, the stress that you're going to have is going to come as a result of the fact that your reality, the fact that you don't have a job, is not matching up with your desire to have a job. And the reality in life is that things are never going to be perfectly how you want them to be. You're always going to have something else that you want to accomplish in your life. You're always going to have something that you want to change about your life. And even if right now you were just instantly granted all of your wishes, you would immediately replace those with new desires and new wishes. So by accepting the reality that you're not perfect and your life isn't perfect, you're bringing your expectations in line with reality, and that's going to help you be happier and feel less stressed on a daily basis. And now let me give you a quick and easy way to actually implement this and take action on this in your life. And that is to simply look at yourself in the mirror and look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, I love myself. And not only that, I want you to say, even though blank, I love myself. So for example, it might look something like this. I love myself. Even though my business is not making as much money as I want it to right now, I love myself. Even though my girlfriend left me and I feel lonely, I love myself. Even though my apartment's a mess right now and I have to clean it, I love myself. Regardless of all the bullshit in my life, I fucking love myself. I love myself. And I'm not joking. I actually do this, and I've actually shared this with my friends and family members and other followers of How to Beast. And a lot of people have used this and told me that it's just made a huge change in their life. So don't write this off as a silly technique. Actually give it a shot. All right, the second mindset shift I want you to make is to stop focusing on and worrying about all of the big items and big goals that you want to accomplish in your life, and to instead focus on this very smallest possible next actions that you actually need to take. And this is so powerful, and this helps so much because a big reason that we can get paralyzed and lose confidence in ourselves and our ability to follow through on our goals and actually make change in our life is that we get overwhelmed by wanting to accomplish all of these different things simultaneously. So you want to find a new job, and you want to go on a date with this girl, and you want to clean up your apartment, and you want to make it to the gym, and you want to get enough sleep, and you want to plan your next vacation, and you want to make sure that you hang out with your friend because you've been telling him you're going to hang out. And then all of a sudden your brain just starts getting like overwhelmed, and you start getting freaked out, and instead you do nothing, and you sit there and you lay on the floor in your room and you look at the ceiling and you don't do anything. So instead, you should only be focusing on like the next 2 or 3 physical actions that you need to take. And my action tip for you to implement this into your life is every morning when you wake up, I want you to write down on a piece of paper or just like on a notepad in your phone the first 2 or 3 things that you need to get done today. And they shouldn't be big things like, apply for a new job, schedule a date with Susie, clean up my room. It should be even smaller than that. If you need to start applying for new jobs, maybe it should be something as small as just send my resume to my friend for feedback. Literally attach the Word doc to an email, or maybe it is just to send Susie a text message, seeing what her week looks like. And this is so powerful because when you do this, within a few hours of waking up, you're going to have accomplished those 3 tasks because they were so small and so easy to do. And then at that point, you can sit back down and decide on the next 3 things you need to do. And even though it might not seem like you're making any progress, what you're doing is you're building momentum and you're building trust in yourself and trust in your ability to actually get shit done and take action. All right, I have one final mindset shift for you, but before I share that with you, I'm going to run a quick errand and I'm going to finish filming the video outside because it's also a beautiful day out here in Boston. All right, so the third and final mindset shift that I want you to make is to prioritize the basics. And what I mean by that is to give priority to 3 basic activities over everything else in your life. And these 3 basic activities are sleeping at least 8 hours every single night, working out at least 3 times every single week, and avoiding foods that make you feel like shit. And I know this is advice that you've heard at least 100 times before, but unless you can look at yourself in the mirror and honestly say that you're doing these things consistently every single day, then don't ignore this advice. You see, there's an interesting phenomenon among humans, and that's that the advice we get, we don't tend to implement it and follow through on it. And it's because of 2 main reasons. And it's funny because the first reason is because the advice is way too complicated and it seems overwhelming and we think it's going to be way too hard, so we give it up and we don't do it. And that could be something like if you researched how to start a business online and you saw that you had to create a website and master social media marketing and Facebook ads and paid advertisement and creating content. You had to do all these different steps and you got overwhelmed and you're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not going to do this. On the other hand, we don't tend to implement advice because it's actually too easy and too simple. And we've heard it so many times before and it doesn't seem like something new and it doesn't seem like it's going to be challenging to do. So we just ignore it and we keep living our lives without doing it. And this advice is an example of that. You know that you should be working out at least 3 times per week. You should be resting at least 8 hours every single night. And that you shouldn't be eating foods that make you feel like shit. But are you actually doing it? Are you actually prioritizing these things over everything else in your life? And if you think that sounds a little extreme to prioritize these things over everything else, well, it's not. Because if you're not doing these things consistently, it's going to affect the physiology of your body. You're not going to have high energy levels every single day. You're not going to be able to focus and have high levels of focus every single day. And without energy and focus, you're going to feel lethargic and tired every day, and you're not going to be able to follow through on your intentions. And that's going to keep down your self-confidence and your confidence in your ability to get things done. Not to mention, if you're a guy, not getting enough sleep every night, it's going to cripple your testosterone levels. So my action step for you is simply to prioritize these 3 things over everything else. That means that if it's on the weekend and your friends want you to go out with them, but you don't have the leeway to sleep in tomorrow morning, then you tell them, no, you're not going to go out because you need your 8 hours of sleep. It means that if you're feeling tired one day after work, but you're supposed to work out, but you're kind of just feeling the urge just to go home and Netflix and chill, that you're going to ignore that, you're going to push through and you're going to work out because that's a priority. And the same thing goes for your food. If you know that a certain type of food makes you feel tired after eating it and you're not going to be able to get any work done after lunch, then you don't eat that food because this is a priority. All right, so those are 3 simple things that you should focus on right now if you're feeling a complete lack of confidence in yourself. But if you're looking for some more advice, I have a free confidence hacks cheat sheet that I created that you can download by clicking the bubble that just popped up, or if you're on mobile, hit the I in the top right corner, and that's going to take you to a web page where you can instantly download this one-page PDF that contains 7 confidence hacks, or 7 ways that you can instantly boost your confidence. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos and they all pop up right on your YouTube homepage. Anyway, that's all I got. Talk soon and stay beastly.